Good morning. Today I am going to discuss about various drastic changes in the criminal side field as well as mediation field. Then about conducting tuition center field. So these three major changes is brought into force. First, I will discuss with you about what is check for regulation of tuition center. A guidelines for regulation of coaching center, January 24, by Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Education, Government of India has been issued. According to this, if you are running a coaching center consisting more than 50 students, then this regulation would apply, and you have to apply for registration, and you must abide by so many conditions like there are appellate authority, so you have to coaching means tuition, instructions, guidance or any branch of learning imparted to more than 50 students, but does not include counseling, sports, dance, theatre and other creative activities. Coaching center includes center established, run, administered by any person to provide coaching center. So many things are there. Then the tutor, there is a definition for tutor, definition for person who runs the institution, and university grant commission act has also been made applicable. So you have to register it, and you should have required qualification for the tutors, and infrastructure should be there, and you should also have your fees being transparently published. Then curriculum, then there were several restrictions for conducting, then coaching center with code, what should be the code of conduct, and students below 16 years should not be enrolled unless we pass 10th. Then counselors and psychologist support, these things are there, so you have to inclusively and accessibility, maintenance of record, restriction on shifting the coaching center, disposal of complaints, penalties or cancellation of registration, procedure for appeal. So this coaching center, I know several advocates are conducting coaching center for their survival and to expose their educational qualification. So kindly go through this. Then I will come to mediation. So for mediation, act has been enacted, and it has also brought into force, and that is supposed to be implemented by bringing some rules and regulations. For that you should wait. Then you can have your own mediation center, and that how to conduct mediation, what all are the regulations, all those things are there. Kindly go through that act also. Then the question of most important for criminal lawyers. This is the Jan Viswas Amendment of Provisions Act 2023. Jan Viswas Amendment of Provisions Act 2023. This name of the act did not disclose for what purpose, but actually this is for decriminalizing and rationalizing minor offences. So by bringing this act, which was brought into force on 11/8/2023 by notification, President has given 11/8/23 assent, and Gazette notification was same day 11/8/23. The very object is to amend certain enactments for decriminalizing and rationalizing offences to further enhance trust-based governance of ease living and doing business. So here multi-number of acts. I will just read Press and Registration of Books Act. Now you cannot file a declaration before the chief metropolitan magistrate, but you have to, or CJM, you have to file before press registrar. There will be a press registrar. Then some procedures were there. All these things, punishment were converted into penalties. Indian Post Office Act, Chapter 10 was omitted. Then Boilers Act, I will come because I have to go through all the act. Indian Forest Act, their fine amount was introduced instead of sentence. Agriculture Produce Grading and Marketing Act, Drugs and Cosmetics Act. So multi number of cases are pending before 15th Metropolitan Magistrate. My land friends, kindly purchase this act. See, according to this act, fine amount only could be imposed. Punishable with fine extent to 5,000 rupees was enhanced to 1 lakh rupees. Then section 30, it has been enhanced to 5 lakhs rupees. Then section 32B was introduced of section 30. Then Public Debt Act, section 27 omitted. Rubbers Act. Then Pharmacy Act. Then again Pharmacy Act is related to Dangerous Drugs Act. Similar to that. Then you see the Tea Act. Then Copyright Act, section 68 was omitted. Merchant and Shipping Act, wherein some irregularities, fine amount was introduced. Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation Act, fine amount introduced. Warehousing Corporation Act, section 38 omitted. Food Corporation Act, 41 omitted. Patent Act, some amendment was brought, fine amount introduced instead of sentence. Marine Product Export Development Authority Act. High Denomination Banknotes Act 1978 repealed. Prevention of Control Pollution Act, Air Pollution Act, all fine amount introduced. Then National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development Act. Then the Spices Board Act. The Environment Protection Act. Fund Accounts and Audit was introduced for Motor Vehicles Act. Here is most important Motor Vehicle Acts. The offences under section, so many sections were introduced. Fine 10,000 rupees with both. Fine and 10,000 rupees. The words fine of 10,000 rupees or both shall be substituted for 192A. In section 200, subsection 1 was substituted for Motor Vehicles Act. Therefore, those who are this is an act may be compounded by other officer being notified. So the travelers who are running travelers, particularly Rajini, kindly go through this Motor Vehicle Act and discuss with him. Then Railways Act, section 144 substituted. No person shall be permitted to beg in any railway carriage or upon any part of the railway. Public Liability Insurance Act, fine amount introduced. The Cable Television Network Act, here is also some fine amount was introduced. Then appeal was provided. So many adjudicate. Trademark Act also amended, fine amount introduced, penalties were adjudicated. Geographical Indication of Goods Act correlated to Trademarks Act. Information Technology Act, fine amount was enhanced. Metro Railway Operation and Maintenance Act, some penalty was introduced. Prevention of Money Laundering Act, therein offences under the Trademark Act was substituted by penalty. That was drastically amended, paragraph 22. Food and Safety and Standard Act, the punishment, instead of punishment, penalty was substituted. Then Government Securities Act, the Cantonment Act, Payment and Settlement System Act, Collection of Statistics Act, Legal Metrology Act, all fine were introduced. Factoring Regulation Act, Aadhaar, Delivery of Financial and Other Subsidized Benefit Service Act, here is also fine amount was introduced. So criminal lawyers, go through, if you have any case, if you come across cases, first have this act and verify whether the court has been, the fine amount, the punishment was substituted for paying fine amount, whether compounding facilities are there, and then do this case very effectively. So you have been burdened to go through multi number of acts by this Jan Viswas Amendment Provisions Act. I hope you understand my endeavor. Jai Sri Ram.